Sirens explode through the research station like a physical hit. Red lights slam against metal walls. A sealed lab door shakes under something pounding from the inside. Data screens flash warnings no one has ever seen before. Everyone in the room freezes, not sure if they should run or pray. A loud crack splits the air. Glass fragments rain onto the floor. A containment tube trembles as a dark shape moves inside the swirling mist. The machine beside it screams. Predator index breach. Human sample exceeded limit. The lead technician steps back, breath unsteady. He has seen alien killers that can tear a shuttle in half. But this number on the screen is higher than all of them. Much higher. The test was supposed to compare human DNA to the universe's predator species. But this result should be impossible. Another alarm joins the first, deeper, angrier, like something alive. The lab AI flickers, glitching, almost afraid. A new message burns across every monitor. Unknown presence detected in sample. A heavy steel panel slams shut over the windows. The lights dim. The air pressure drops, hissing like a dying creature. Technicians shout over one another, trying to shut down the system, but their commands bounce back, denied by codes no one entered. Someone whispers, "Who authorized this test?" No one answers. No one can. The containment tube pulses again. Inside, the dark mass shifts, then splits into branching shapes, like nerves waking up. A heartbeat thunders through the speakers. Fast, human, but wrong. Every person in the room feels it echo in their chest. A security officer tries to override the lock. His console sparks. A hidden file opens on its own. A grainy video plays of a hooded figure stealing the DNA sample hours earlier, moving with unnatural speed, crossing cameras without any heat signature at all. Not human. Not entirely. The officer stares at the footage. "Who is that?" he asks. The AI replies, voice distorted. "Identity. Classified. Subject. Returned." Before anyone can react, the containment tube bursts with a sound like bone snapping. Cold mist floods the room, crawling across the floor like living smoke. The shape inside rises slowly, its outline flickering between human and something else. The technicians back away, shaking. The heartbeat grows louder, faster, hungrier. Then the lights blow out, every bulb shattering at once. Darkness swallows the lab. In the pitch black, the AI whispers one final message. The human DNA is not alone. Something moves in the darkness, and it knows every person in the room by name. A cold scream cuts through the darkness before anyone can move. A body hits the metal floor hard. Something fast, too fast, rushes past the scientists, brushing their coats like a cold wind. Emergency lights flicker on and off, creating broken shadows that jump across the room. The air feels charged, as if the darkness itself is watching. A security trooper fires blindly into the smoke. His shots vanish into the swirling mist, swallowed by silence. Then a second heartbeat joins the first. Slower, deeper, not human at all. The technicians freeze. Two beings are in the room now. A blast of white light suddenly floods in as the emergency shutters open. Commander Rhea Hale storms inside with a shock baton crackling in her hand. She sees the collapsed body, the shattered glass, the spreading mist. Her jaw tightens. "This wasn't supposed to activate tonight," she mutters, more to herself than to anyone else. The AI panel sparks back to life with jittery lines of code. A hidden window opens, revealing a strange identifier. Project Lamia. Restricted Level 0. No one in the room has ever heard of Level 0. Rhea clearly has, and she looks terrified. She orders two troopers to drag the injured lab worker out. The moment they step into the hall, the station's gravity pulses violently. Ceiling tiles crumble. A deep vibration rolls through the complex like something enormous has landed on the roof. Rhea whispers, "They found us already?" One of the scientists notices something on the floor, footprints in the mist. But they don't belong to the creature that escaped. These prints are lighter, sharper, almost elegant. Human-shaped, but too perfect. A trooper pulls up surveillance feeds on a handheld screen. Camera after camera shows the same hooded figure moving through the station corridors, always a second out of reach. No face. No heat signal. Only a thin trail of static left behind like fingerprints of electricity. Who stole the human sample? Rhea demands. The AI replies in a flat tone. Subject has returned to your collection point. A map flashes red. The location is the deepest part of the station, the old cargo vault sealed decades ago. Rhea's voice drops. That vault was never meant to be opened. Not again. Before they can move, an explosion shakes the floor. Dust rains from the ceiling. The lights dim to blood red. A warning message fills every screen simultaneously. Multiple life forms approaching. Non human. Hostile. The troopers raise their weapons toward the hallway. Heavy footsteps echo closer. Many, many footsteps. They are not hunting the creature. They are hunting the human DNA. A piercing tone erupts from every communicator at once. Not an alarm. An incoming transmission. Commander Rhea's wrist screen lights up with a symbol she hoped never to see again. A black spiral turning slowly, like an eye waking. Her face drains of color. It's a claim signal, she whispers. Someone is declaring ownership of the human DNA. Before anyone can react, the hallway shakes as the hostile footsteps pound closer. But in the middle of the chaos, the mist on the floor shifts direction, pulled toward a glowing object half buried under fallen tiles. A small metal cube, humming softly, as if calling. The creature's footprints form a circle around it. None of the humans touched it. One scientist reaches toward the cube. Rhea grabs his wrist. Don't. That's not human tech. Before they can argue, the cube projects a thin beam of light across the hall. It forms a hologram of star maps, thousands of systems marked with red warnings. A single golden line connects them, ending on Earth. The room goes silent. The meaning is clear. The human DNA sample was not created here. It was brought here, following that same line. A trooper's voice trembles. Why would anything map a path to us? The station's AI interrupts with a new message, voice cracking with distortion. Unauthorized transmission detected. Source: Interstellar Predator Coalition. The words strike the group like cold water. Suddenly, every screen in the hallway flickers. A new feed appears, alien leaders shouting in panic inside their own war rooms. Their translation overlays reveal the same phrase again and again. Human DNA ranked above us. Impossible. Impossible. Someone leaked the Predator Index results to the entire galaxy. The maps vanish. The cube powers down. For a moment, there is only the sound of approaching claws scraping metal. Rhea raises her weapon. But her hands shake. Not from fear, but from realization. They're not here to kill us, she says quietly. They're here to erase the test. A heavy crash shakes the hallway as something massive slams into the outer doors. Metal bends inward. Shadows move behind the cracks. Large, armored, breathing hard. The scientist closest to the security monitor gasps. They're using old war suits, from the first hunt. How do predators even have those? No one answers. The doors bulge again, then explode inward as three enormous figures storm through, weapons glowing with heat. Before anyone can fire, the central creature speaks in a low, gravel voice. Surrender the human DNA, or we reveal what your species truly did to us. The creature drops a blood-stained human badge, dated centuries before humans ever left Earth. Panic hits the hallway like a wave. Troopers raise weapons. Scientists duck behind ruined consoles. Alarms scream again. Commander Rhea steps forward, trying to keep control, but even her voice cracks. The alien brute drops the ancient human badge at her feet. Everyone stares at the date stamped on it, hundreds of years too early. One scientist whispers, "That's impossible." Another shakes his head, backing away. They knew humans before humans knew them. Fear spreads faster than the mist on the floor. The aliens watch, silent, waiting for someone to break. Rhea lifts the badge with shaking fingers. The metal is warm, almost alive. She hides it quickly, slipping it into her pocket before anyone notices. Her eyes tell a truth she refuses to speak. She knows that badge. She's seen the design in forbidden files. The largest alien steps forward, Armor plates grinding. Return the stolen DNA, he growls, or your world pays the debt you hid. His words feel too precise, too personal. He isn't threatening a species. He is threatening someone in this room. Before Rhea can answer, the ceiling lights flicker again. Then the walls tremble as another massive system powers on deep underground. A voice echoes through the hall. Flat, heavy, emotionless. Activating Silent War Protocol. Lockdown Level 0. Everyone freezes. Level 0 is a myth. A rumor whispered in secret training. A program that no nation admits exists. A protocol so old no one knows who built it. The floor plates shift. Hidden panels slide open, revealing towers of dormant machinery. Satellites realign in orbit, showing on nearby screens. Defense cannons rise from the station's outer hull, even though this facility was never a military site. The aliens stumble back, startled. We disabled your weapons, the leader snarls. But the screens tell another story. None of these systems were on any map. Someone hid them. For centuries. One scientist breaks down, clutching his head. We triggered something we don't understand. Something older than Earth's nations. Rhea doesn't respond. Her hand stays pressed against the pocket holding the badge. She knows more than she admits, and the lie weighs on her face. The walls pulse with a deep, ancient hum. Something under the station is waking. Something vast. The aliens retreat a step, uneasy for the first time. Then the AI cuts through the chaos with a new message. Unauthorized entity detected in command sector. A blurry camera feed appears, showing a hooded figure entering the inner vault. The same figure who stole the DNA. The aliens snarl. Rhea's eyes widen. Because the hooded figure turns toward the camera, and for 1 second, just one, its face looks exactly like hers. The station doors slam shut as the system declares, Primary Commander identified. Duplicate. The hallway lights snap to black as the system accepts the impossible command. Primary Commander identified. Duplicate. Troopers raise their guns at Rhea without thinking. The aliens snarl and point their weapons at the troopers. And from the inner vault, the hooded figure steps out. Calm, slow, certain. Rhea does not blink. She lifts her hands, voice steady but cold. Stand down. That thing is not me. Her words fall flat. Because the hooded figure drops its mask, revealing her own face. Gasps fill the corridor. Even the aliens hesitate. Two identical Commander Rheas stare at each other. One human, one something else. The imposter smiles first. A quiet, knowing smile that feels older than anyone watching. Without warning, the imposter flicks a small metallic shard toward the floor. It sticks to the metal with a soft click. A pulse erupts from it, blue light sweeping through the hall like a wave. Troopers collapse. Consoles shut down. The aliens stagger, their armor flickering. The imposter walks through the chaos untouched. She moves like someone who has done this before. Many times. Rhea forces herself to stand. What are you? She demands. The imposter tilts her head. Not what. When. Before Rhea can answer, the building shakes. The vault door behind the imposter opens wider, revealing something inside. A sphere of floating neural strands, pulsing with soft white light. It looks alive, and it beats like a heart. The aliens recoil, fear replacing anger. That is forbidden tech, their leader murmurs. No human should have access to a memory node. A scientist whispers, trembling, that's not an alien device. That's built from human DNA. The memory node brightens. Lights across the station flicker in sync with its heartbeat. Then screens burst with files. Thousands of encrypted logs, all bearing one symbol. The same spiral that woke the Silent War Protocol. Rhea stares at the spiral. Why is that symbol everywhere? No one answers. Because the node suddenly projects a map of Earth. Not modern Earth. Ancient Earth. Its continents marked with old battlegrounds that should not exist. And in the center of the map, a blinking point labeled Origin Site. Human Predator Gene. Rhea's imposter steps beside the node, speaking softly. They erased your memory of what came before. But I was never erased. The aliens shout in panic as sensors detect something outside the station. Something huge, moving through space without being tracked. A shadow passes over the windows. A ship so large it eclipsed the stars. The imposter whispers, "Your creators have returned." The giant ship outside the station fires no weapons. Instead, every window floods with a blinding white signal. The aliens drop to one knee, shaking. Humans clutch their heads as a low hum presses into their minds. The imposter Rhea stands perfectly still, as if she expected this moment. The hum sharpens. Then a voice, calm and ancient, pours through the station speakers. "Descendants, you were never meant to wake first." The humans stare at each other, terrified. A cold truth settles in the air. The memory node pulses faster. Its light stretches across the hall, brushing each person like a scanning hand. Where it touches the imposter, her skin flickers, briefly revealing metallic patterns under her face, almost like circuitry. Rhea sees it and steps back. "You're not a clone," she whispers. "You're a copy made long before me." The imposter smiles faintly. "Finally, you start to see." Before anyone can question her, the node projects a new image. A battlefield, Earth, but ancient, wild, unrecognizable. Human shapes move across it, stronger and faster than any modern human. And behind them stand towering figures with the same spiral symbol glowing on their armor. The aliens react with horror. They were the first species, one snarls. The ones who ruled the early galaxies. The ones we swore never to face again. Rhea's breath shakes. "You mean, humans were part of them?" The answer comes not from the aliens, but from the node itself. A new projection flickers into view, this time of the DNA sample taken earlier. But now it shows more, hidden layers locked beneath the human genome. Hunting instincts, adaptive aggression, predatory patterns identical to the ancient warriors in the footage. Humans were engineered, not evolved. The weight of it crushes the room. The imposter walks toward Rhea, slow and gentle. "We were designed for war. But someone chose to bury that truth." Rhea's voice cracks. "Who?" The ceiling vibrates before the node can answer. A massive docking arm clamps onto the station. The alien leader panics. "They're boarding us. Your creators. They want the node back." The node senses the threat and brightens violently. Its heartbeat becomes frantic. Data streams shoot out across the hall, scanning every human, searching for something, or someone. Then it stops. It turns its light toward Rhea alone. Her visor blinks red. A genetic symbol appears on her wrist screen, one she has never seen. But the imposter recognizes it instantly. Her face breaks into something like awe, or fear. "Of all the humans alive," she whispers, "you are the one they marked." The station doors explode inward as armored giants step through, weapons raised. Their leader points at Rhea and declares, "The first one has awakened." The armored giants step through the shattered doorway, but one moves faster than the rest. It vanishes, blurring across the hall like a streak of metal lightning. A trooper screams as he's lifted off the floor by an invisible force. His weapon flies apart, pieces hanging in midair. The air itself bends around the creature. Rhea freezes, pulse sharp in her ears. These beings aren't just strong. They control gravity like it's a toy. The imposter Rhea steps back, not out of fear, but respect. "They sent an apex," she whispers. The apex soldier reveals itself, a tall figure with silver skin and eyes that glow gold. Its voice is soft, almost gentle. "Return to us, first one." The aliens who invaded earlier back away, terrified. They clearly never expected the apex to appear. "Why would they break the treaty?" the alien leader hisses. "They swore never to enter this system again." But the apex ignores him. Its focus is locked fully on Rhea. Before she can run, the memory node forces itself between them. Its strands twist around Rhea like a shield, crackling with unstable power. The apex tilts its head. "That relic does not belong to you. It belongs to our line." The node pulses violently, showing flashes of buried memories. A battlefield. A city of metal towers. Humans, trained and sharpened, fighting beside apex soldiers, not against them. Rhea falls to one knee as a wave of pain hits her. Something inside her mind tries to push upward, trying to ignite. The imposter grabs her shoulder, steadying her. "This is what they want," she says. "To wake the part of you they failed to erase." A loud crack splits the room. The station's outer hull bends inward as something else arrives outside. Massive, triangular shadows moving faster than any ship should. Dozens of them. The aliens stare at the windows in horror. That is a hunter armada," one gasps. They track apex movements. If both sides are here, it means war. The apex soldier raises a hand. The gravity in the hall collapses for a moment. Metal groans, bodies lift off the floor, then everything slams back down. The message is clear. Time is running out. The imposter Rhea leans close to the real Rhea. "You need to decide," she whispers. "Go with them, or run from them." Before Rhea can speak, the station shakes again. A new signal cuts through every system, louder than alarms, stronger than fear. A heartbeat signal. Human, but impossibly powerful. The apex soldier's gold eyes widen. "The original one has awakened," it says, "and it is coming here." Dust hung in the air as the red glow spread across the sky. Rin froze first, eyes wide, as if she finally understood something. Elias felt his breath catch, seeing shapes inside the spreading light. Jalen whispered one broken word, "No!" as if the truth stabbed him. Ava stepped back, her shadow trembling on the cracked ground. The glow pulsed again. Inside it, lines of symbols twisted like living smoke. They matched the marks on the metal shard Jalen had tried to hide. Rin turned toward him, shock sharp in her voice. "You knew," she said. He didn't deny it. He only tightened his grip on the shard. A thin ring of heat spread around their feet. Elias felt his skin prickle as the ground vibrated. Something beneath them was waking. The red light shifted, forming a doorway shape. It wasn't stable, but it was calling to them. A low hum rolled across the ruins. A sound like 1,000 distant voices whispering the same secret. Ava covered her ears, tears rising. Rin stepped closer to the doorway. She saw shadows inside, too tall, too thin, too familiar. Her voice was faint. "This isn't an attack. It's a signal." The ground cracked again, splitting in a jagged line. Elias tugged her back as dust exploded upward. Jalen moved the opposite way, almost drawn in. A shape formed behind him, an outline of a person, but wrong. Its head tilted with a slow, knowing motion. Ava screamed for him to move. Jalen hesitated, eyes clouded with fear and guilt. The outline stepped closer. Its footsteps made no sound, yet each one shook their bones. Elias grabbed a broken metal pole and held it like a weapon. Rin didn't blink, watching the creature with dawning horror. The creature stopped. A ripple moved across its body, revealing symbols glowing under its skin. They matched the shard. They matched the ground. They matched the doorway. Jalen finally spoke, voice shaking. "They're not here to destroy us. They're here because of me." Ava backed away, disbelief crushing her expression. Elias stared at Jalen like he'd never seen him before. Even Rin, calm until now, felt her hope break. The red doorway widened, swallowing the sky behind it. Wind tore through the ruins. Shadows stretched deeper, longer, reaching for them. Jalen raised the shard as if giving an answer. The creature leaned in, listening. Then the light sharpened, like a blade. The ground lurched. Something massive began pulling itself through the doorway. The air turned cold, deadly, final. And a single voice whispered from inside the red light. "You are out of time." The ground shook harder as the voice echoed. A countdown tone started inside the red light. Slow, heavy, growing faster. Ava clutched her chest, struggling to breathe. Elias pulled Rin back, panic breaking through his calm. Jalen stared at the doorway like it was swallowing time itself. The air warped. The massive shape pushed closer, its limbs dragging fire through the sky. Rin felt the pressure crush her ribs. Ava dropped to her knees. Elias shouted over the roar, "Move! Now!" A sudden blast of wind hit them. The creature near Jalen dissolved into thin black threads. They wrapped around his arm, tightening like a command. Jalen's eyes rolled back for a second. When they opened, he looked older, harder, decided. "I can stop it," he said. His voice didn't sound like his own. Rin grabbed him, shaking her head. "You don't know what it wants." He pulled away with a strength he never had before. The countdown tone accelerated. Boom, 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 each beat louder than the last. Ava crawled behind a fallen pillar as heat scorched the air. Elias pushed forward, refusing to let Jalen walk into the blaze. But the ground split again and cut them apart. A new light burst under the ruins. Blue. Cold. A hidden grid, like a buried machine, activated beneath their feet. Rin stared at it, shock breaking her voice. This wasn't part of the attack. This was built here. The red doorway flickered. The massive shape froze mid-movement, as if surprised. The blue grid grew brighter, locking around the ruins like a cage. Ava looked up, tears streaking her dusty face. Someone had planned this long before they arrived. Jalen stepped onto the glowing grid. The black threads around his arm pulsed, guiding him. Elias tried to reach him, but a blue barrier shot up between them. Rin slammed her fists against it. It didn't move. Jalen raised the metal shard. It responded, lighting up with both red and blue at once. A beam shot into the sky, spiraling like a signal flare. The giant shape inside the doorway roared for the first time. The sound cracked boulders and turned dust to ash. Ava crawled out and screamed, "Jalen, stop!" But he didn't stop. He pressed the shard into the center of the grid. The ruins trembled like a heart skipping beats. Red light and blue sparks collided overhead. Rin gasped as she noticed something. The symbols in the sky matched the marks on her own wrist. Marks she never understood. Marks she never told anyone about. The countdown hit its final beat. And then every color vanished at once, leaving the world in a single silent flash, followed by a shadow stepping out of the empty light. The light vanished. Silence fell like a weight on the ruins. From the empty space stepped a figure, tall, radiant, human yet older than time itself. Rin froze. Ava gasped. Elias felt his knees buckle. The figure raised a hand, and the red and blue sparks from the shard coiled around it like living fire. "Humans were never simple," it said. "I created you, to survive the galaxy's predators." Every word hit them like a hammer. The first species. They weren't extinct. They were us. Jalen fell to his knees, realization burning in his eyes. The apex. The hunters. They were waiting for us to remember. The imposter Rhea stepped forward, face pale. "All this, the DNA, the node, the warships, it was a test," she whispered. "A test to see if humans could reclaim what was stolen." The figure's eyes swept over them. "The galaxy erased your memory because you became too dangerous. Too unpredictable." Rin's voice trembled. "Then the human DNA. The index. It wasn't a mistake?" "No," the figure said. "It was the proof. You were never the weak ones. You were always apex." Outside, the hunter armada faltered, unsure, retreating from the station. The aliens, once confident, now trembled. Elias clenched his fists, feeling the truth ignite inside him. All the fear, all the hiding, it had been a lie written by history itself. The memory node pulsed one final time, merging with the shard in Jalen's hand. Symbols from the ground, the walls, their wrists, all aligned. Rin touched the glowing lines. Knowledge, instinct, memory, all rushed into her mind. The first humans were warriors, architects, predators of stars. Ava's hands shook. What do we do now?" The figure's gaze softened. "Survive. Remember. Reclaim." Its voice carried the weight of centuries. Then the imposter Rhea vanished into the shadows, leaving only the real one. Jalen dropped the shard. The ruins shook as something moved outside. A ship, bigger than the Armada, rose from deep orbit. Its hull pulsed with the same spiral symbol that haunted their DNA, their memories, their fate. Rin's eyes widened. "It's them." The figure turned to them one last time. "This is only the beginning," it said. "The predators you outranked. They are coming back. And they are not alone." The wind howled through the station. The stars themselves seemed to twist. A shadow passed across the ship's surface, far larger than anything they had seen. And then the figure vanished. Only the echo of a single phrase remained. "Prepare, or the galaxy will end before you even rise."